Good evening. This is Gary P. Balcom Sr., Hemingway, South Carolina. I'm here tonight to talk about the uncalled for, disastrous, I can't think of words to describe what happened in Minneapolis. It's I don't know. I guess they got some cops out there that are way out of hand. But anyway, I want to start off by saying that my thoughts and my prayers go out to the family of Mr. George Floyd. He didn't deserve what happened to him. May he rest in peace at the right hand of our Lord. What took place was just awful. It was uncalled for. I'm an ex-law enforcement. I was a deputy sheriff for many years and a police officer in a small town for many years. I went through the police academy. Not once in that academy did they teach us to take a man in handcuffs that is not resisting arrest, throw him on the ground, put our knee on his neck, and murder him. That's not what they teach you in the academy. This white trash cop in Minneapolis, this scumbag, I don't know what the hell was running through his mind and why he felt like he needed to do that. I don't know. I've seen the videos. I've seen what happened. This man was not resisting arrest. He was already in handcuffs. And this piece of white trash cop just put him on the ground, put his knee in his neck, and murdered him. That's uncalled for. It should have never, ever happened. Now, he has been brought up, he is under arrest and brought up on murder charges, which, frankly, as far as I'm concerned, that's too damn good for him. And let's talk about his partners that were standing all around watching him do this. They knew better. Why didn't they stop him? Why did they not pull him off of Mr. Floyd? It makes no sense to me. If I were in charge up there, which I'm not, and they better be glad I'm not, because if it was left up to me, I would take that white trash cop and all his partners that stood around and watched him do this, watched him murder this man. I would strip them down to their underwear and I would throw them all out in the street to the protesters. Let them get a little taste of street justice. That's what they need. Now, having said that, not all cops are bad. These cops were, every damn one of them is guilty of murder. But not all cops are bad. I totally understand the protesters in Minneapolis. I understand what you're doing. I don't have a problem with that. But make sure you know what you're protesting about. You're protesting about an injustice to a man that did not deserve it. Now, we also have some other things going on. You got all these rioters. They're rioting in the street. They're just opportunists. They're not there to protest. They're there for their own gain. Okay? You protesters in Minneapolis, you have every right to protest. But you rioters that are burning buildings down, stealing shit, I'm going to tell you what's the damn truth. I think they should put the military out there and mow you down like a lawnmower in the grass. Because you're scum. You're thug-ass scum. You're taking a very, very bad situation. You're taking a murder and you're using it to your advantage. The family of Mr. George Floyd does not want this going on. And frankly, Martin Luther King is probably rolling over in his grave right now because of you punk-ass thugs, you opportunists that are just ripping shit apart. Anyway, as far as the protesters go, I totally understand what you're doing. You need to protest, because that was completely wrong, what that damn piece of trash white cop did. Completely wrong. Now, I want you to take into consideration why cops like that get away with what they get away with. Number one, you have the governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz. He's a Democrat. You got the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, who's a Democrat. Okay? They don't care. They do not care about the black population in that state. Okay? They sit back, blow smoke up your butt, and promise you the world just to get your vote. But will they control their police officers? No. They don't care about it. They don't care what their cops do to the black population. They don't. And that's sad. That's real damn sad. It's uncalled for. Now let's go on to, that's Minneapolis, okay? The protesters there have a good reason to protest. But you got people in New York. You got people in Boston. You got people in Charlotte. You got people in Dallas. You got people in Oakland. You got people in Los Angeles. And that's just to name a few that are rioting in the streets. They are punk-ass thug opportunists taking advantage of a very tragic situation. Tell me what you actually gain from burning private businesses, mom and pop businesses, down to the ground, stealing from these stores. Is that going to change a damn thing? No, it's not. You're punk-ass thugs. You're opportunists. You're just as guilty as that piece of white trash cop that murdered Mr. George Floyd. Now, I also am watching right now on the news where we have rioters in Washington in front of the White House. I do not understand that. Not one bit. President Trump has said he's going to make sure justice is served in this case. He knows this man is a murderer. Okay? So why are you protesting our president? He is standing up for Mr. George Floyd and his family. But there again, you're a bunch of opportunists. And it needs to stop. It needs to stop now. Think about it, folks. And for you honest protesters in Minneapolis, I don't know what good you can do, or if anything, to try to talk to these idiots that are tearing your city apart, burning it down, these rioters. I don't know if you can stop them or not. Don't put your life in danger to try to. It's not worth it. But the military needs to step in and mow them down like a blade of grass underneath a lawnmower. Plain and simple. And again, my thoughts and prayers go out to the family of Mr. George Floyd. May God bless all of you. May God bless Mr. Floyd. It's a tragic event. Something that should have never happened. And like I said, it's a good thing I'm not making the decisions, because I'd throw him and all his partners, or whatever you want to call them, that stood by and watched him do it. I'd throw every one of you out to the protesters. Let you get a little taste of street justice. You need it. But right now, there's no reason for protesting or rioting in any other city in this country except for Minneapolis. And there's no excuse for rioting in Minneapolis, just protesting. I completely understand that. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Think about it. Oh, and also think about the fact that the governor of Minnesota, Democrat. Your mayor of Minneapolis, Democrat. For you protesters in Washington, if you want to protest something, walk away from the White House. The president is on your side. Go to the Capitol. Protest there. If the Democrats ain't there, which it's my understanding they're not, because they refuse to come back to work, find out where they live. Go to their house. Protest in front of their house. Tell them you've had enough of this crap. The Democrats are going to be the end all of this country and the black population. They are trying to start a race war. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to let it happen. I'll do whatever I can to stop it. This is not a race war. It's a bunch of damn Democrats being jerks, not controlling what they represent. They don't listen to the people anymore. They don't care about the blacks. They don't care about the whites. They care about themselves. They care about how much money they can put in their pocket. Think about that, folks. It's election year. Think about it real good. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Gary P. Balcom Sr., MOA, South Carolina. God bless the Floyd family, and may you rest in peace. Good night.